Yeah, so today I want to show you how to build this radial free piston. Now it is 8.45 open and close rail free piston, which is pretty nice. And you can actually clock it. And if I step through this, you can see it actually has some negative reset in opening. In closing is also maxed at 0.45 and has 0 reset. Now, I will later talk a little bit about some of the older versions of the door. For now, we will need 36 blocks for the hallway, 24 for the wiring, 9 transparent blocks, 3 rails for the rails. I mean, you don't need, I think you actually need them actually in the store. Yeah, you don't need them. Then 28 pistons, 12 observers, 12 normal pistons, 27 dust, 10 observers, 9 resting blocks for node blocks, 3 comparators, 1 target, 2 barrels, 2 hoppers, 1 scaffolding, 2 scaffolding, and then 1 of all of these. This is just a redirector. Now, if you're gonna clock the door, you also will need this also, and you will need a copper bulb. And if you wanna clock the door, you need an extra piston and an observer. But if you don't wanna clock the door, and if you find with some reason an opening after closing before opening, then you don't need it. Additionally, if you don't want to use the copper bulb because well, it's not available in your version, you can also substitute it with 5 wooden shovels or like 5 items, and hopper I will explain how that relates later. Now you will need a 3 by 10 by 10 area, and we'll start from the left hand side and go 5 blocks in and 2 up, so we have 3 up in total, and then starting from there we will build the hallway. Now the top part here will be just your average 0.45 briefly. Now for this, to make this 0.45, we will push in this block, double here, so it pushes it over. Then we're gonna have here normal pistons here, steel pistons. We'll push this down. Boom. Then we do move 1. Then we need this, move 2, move 3. And that's just 0.45. So it is certainly like there's some things here, but it's not super hard. Let's start with the input, and we're gonna place a block here and then just diagonally above. And really, like where I put the input is right here. So you don't need to put a well. You'll go up 1 more diagonally and then put some glass. Go up diagonally like so until you reach the top layer, and then place blocks like so and move like so, and put dust on all of them and get the redirector. It's right here. Let G data shut up. It's a block dust here as well. And this does this all. So yeah, also that's gonna happen later. Now we're gonna do the second move. This has to start extending at 3. And we'll do that by having a piston here with a node block. Log leaf like so. And observer. Now we're gonna also do this at 3. We're gonna place 1 over, 1 up. 2 up, and these gonna be replaced in a second, and like so. And place a wrap here, and you can be worried that this is input bugged, but it's actually fine. It's not input bugged. But this also doesn't get an update, so we need to update it 3. First, we're gonna have a normal piston right here. I'm gonna grab the scaffolding and put this right here. I'm gonna remove this and put an observer right here to update it at 3. Now this also does another thing, which you will understand later. But for now, this is all this really it does. Now we're gonna power this, which is a bit harder. Mainly because this will be powered with this, which basically it acts like a free game text, but if you power it with free game text, then it's not going to work because this needs to extend later. So the way this will happen is, for now we're going to keep it like so. 2 glass like so with 1 target. Load block. 2 black powders. And the piston need to move this out of the way. And we're gonna move it out of the way. Let's grab a normal block. Is it like this? Yeah. Then we're gonna go over here and this will be transparent later. This has to be transparent now as well. So I'm gonna put a target here and write some piston like so. And this seems a bit convoluted, but there are reasons for all of this. So let's see this works. I'll work this later. I need to power this down. This sticky piston observer. We're going to power via this target. And we're going to update it via having this piston here power this rail, because the rail actually updates not just adjacent but also the block below, so power updates this nicely. So except for this, it's done, and this will be like so. It won't be powered instantly, and you will see why. But it's done by 0.45, and that's all that really matters. Because I don't want to keep resetting this. To do this, we will have a piston right here. We'll block. Put block right here. Comparator and a hopper. Put an item in there. Now, this begin is also done already, so let's start with the retraction. So let's do this properly. We are going to no chain starting here. So the chain for this, because we need free block and delay, and we're gonna power it via the stars. We have a sticky piston, right? Sticky piston. Right here, redstone block, a sticky piston, normal piston updater for the free block and delay. And then this is why this will power at 3, because this will only like start moving and uncutting this at 3. And to power only this line, we need comparator. And like really any container, and just put like an item in there. And if we step through this, see this retracts, so we have the bed chain. And this also retracts the preemptic. Now you don't need to worry about this splitting out, this will be dodged by some other puzzles. Let's for now actually just get the document delay for those like this, and we're gonna power it via these two dust. So we're gonna replace this transparent block with piston, kind of a just any block, then solid, and then a glass. Place a thing here with a barrel, 2 items, so I have a second strength that reaches, and then a thing here. But now, well, this doesn't update, and we need to update it with enough block and delay, so yeah, it's reliable. So for that, I will put a block here and update this, and then I'm gonna put it right here. Piston, normal block. So sticky piston like so, another sticky piston over redstone block, then normal block, but the torch like so, and this dust is what's going to update it. And what I forgot to do here is put in the obsidian unit here. So now let's do moving this up to finish move 1. And for this, we're gonna really just put a piston here because this will be powered from this and this will update it. Now we also need to keep these on till 3 because otherwise this will retract and then this will start to pull up and that will mess up obviously. So we're just gonna remove this block and put a piston here, then put another piston here like so, and this is how the gigantic will happen. And see, this is pretty nice. So only now the zero tick for these is left and powering this, which we will do via this. Now for top zero tick, this is actually pretty interesting. We're gonna just have a piston right here, or block to here, because with this piston extending and retracting, this observer powers perfectly for the zero tick at 0.45. Well, not the 0.45, but like the third zero tick. So just need to power this with 4 game ticks, and so this removes the 6 game ticks. And for this, you're gonna read from this to have no input bug. And see, everything works. Now we just need to zero tick this. And this seems hard, but it's really not. We're gonna have another piston here and here. Dust, solid block, and 2 glass blocks above and below. Piston here. Remove this block. Put the copper bulb right here. This and replace the dust on top of this. That's pretty sick. Now if you wanna clock it, we're gonna go down here, put a piston right here and a server. And this just makes this chain extend earlier. If you're gonna use it for survival, you don't need it. Yeah. Well, if you don't have a copper bulb, just remove it. Put a hopper right here. I mean, you can also put a bell here if you're like crazy. And then you don't need all the extra items, but I'd rather have extra items and not need a bell. And we just need to fill this, and I mean, I just use cycles. You can just put any trash in here, then make sure that there's like 1 item in the top. And this really is all that this matters, and put the dust here. So yeah. Now for some of the early versions, this was version 1. And you can see this is not 3 but 4 game ticks. So this all was a bit ugly, but it had minimal reset, as in, like negative reset. While this actually like it closes in 0.45, or it used to close in 0.45, but there were other issues with it. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, from my testing, this is really reliable. If you encounter any reliability issues, then please let me know somehow, either in the comments or over Discord. I will make a fix for them. But from my testing, this is not occasional. There's just something broken with this, but just an example, because you can see I updated it with the right time, but the update happened too late. I also had the power, and there were a lot of problems. Also, you can see the like this. I got this differently. Oh. So this was in the wrong state. This is something that couldn't happen now because it's console port. And there were some other issues with this, like not being clockable because of this, I think, actually. I forgot why, actually. Yeah, it's just with this though. But I fixed them, and yeah, now this door is pretty much as good as it really gets. Yeah, I hope you learned something. It's a bit rushed, and I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I will also, by the way, like I've recorded this one and the other tutorial I've posted like before the 3x3 hipster. While like the 3x3 hipster will be the first video you see. But yeah, hopefully this is the last video I will have to pre-record, and after that, like I will just return to regular uploads. Yeah. I'm sorry, maybe this video was a bit rushed. I'm just a bit in a hurry because of like packing and stuff, and I also need to still do the 3x3 hipster, which is gonna be quite a lot bigger than this, so yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next one and see ya.